I'm Guyanese and I'm also Grenadian as well. But I would class myself more as Guyanese because I spent more time in Guyana. I never really, thought about going back there, going back home.
So the transition of that, who are you now?
I am a woman that's constantly evolving.
Us as young people, it's time we go and explore where we've come from, make the connections.
I launched my marketing agency, PIN Agency, in 2023. And even like with that, I was so nervous. I reached out to her on Instagram and she was like, yeah, come in the next day. And the same day I got the job.
Taking a risk as a young person.
Do you see what I'm saying?
These countries haven't got these things before, so opportunities are so there. It's about taking the risk a young person.
There's something special about Grenada in terms of actually where it is on the earth. There's something spiritual about it.
I was living my life putting everyone first.
Yeah.
So now I'm first.
Definitely.
So I had to unpack that and rearrange that. Hello and welcome back to Also You Wanna Talk. We are at season 2, episode 1. But before we get there, thank you guys for all your support, for all your reviews, your comments, your constructive criticism. It's gone a long way. And it's brought me to actually diving in and in a new direction, I should say. The new direction is bridging the gap from the UK to the West Indies. That's brought me here to one of my... I'm more excited than anybody else. Anyone that may not know, it is Ninqi Punch.
Yeah.
We've got her here. She took the leap of faith to go back home to Grenada. And I've been watching her ever since about 5 years ago now. So she helped me through my cancer journey of just, embracing stuff and going back home, finding about her culture, her roots, transitioning, and I lived through her. Like, I made sure every week I'm there to see her post, see what she's writing, and I felt like I knew her already. So when I reached out and see she was coming to the UK, it was like, get her down here. Guys, she is everything and more what young people who are interested and wanted to go back, wanted to find out what going back to the West Indies is like. She's like your guide. She's going to be your guide. So here she is, Ninqi Punch. Welcome.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
I'm so excited that she's here.
Same.
We're going to know everything about Grenada.
I will tell you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. So for you, transitioning from the UK to Grenada, what got you there?
So I started to plan in 2019 with my sister and her partner at the time. And my sister went in 2018, so she went on holiday in 2018. And, when she came back, she was just like to me, oh my God, Ninqi, Grenada, we actually need to go and live there because, it's just... She loves the culture, the weather, the beach, even just the people. And I was just like, oh my God, why not? I'm Guyanese and I'm also Grenadian as well. But I would class myself more as Guyanese because I spent more time in Guyana. But when she said Grenada, I never really, thought about going back there, going back home. So I was like, why not? I want to see what this other side of life is like. So, we decided to start planning and organizing. And, I was just like, I don't really have anything to tie me to London right now. I was 19 at the time, or I think 20 at the time, 20 at the time. And no, I lie. I was 19 because I'm born in 2000. So I was 19.
Okay.
So I was 19. And then obviously, I was like, I want to do more with my life, and I feel like I am meant to do more. So he was like, yeah, let's go. Let's start packing. Let's start organizing. Then obviously COVID hit in 2020. March, and we were
Mhm.
supposed to leave in May of 2020. So we literally had to push back our flights 4 times, and we finally managed to get out on November 11th, which is 11/11. Yeah, so that was like divine timing, and I was like,
So that was the first sign that you doing the right thing.
exactly, yeah. So that made me feel like really like hopeful and like, yes, I'm on the right path. So that's how I, made my transition, and I got the idea or started to pack and
Yeah.
get
So
there.
you got to Grenada.
Yeah.
The plane door opens. You feel the nice heat. You have the different smells.
The
You're
air.
coming at the airport. Your feet touch the ground.
That flight is
How
long
was
as well,
it?
That flight is long. So I was really happy when we landed. And fun fact, Grenada actually has one of the cleanest airs in the world. So it has one of the cleanest airs.
Is it like Dominica with just the little planes thing, or do you get big charter flights?
So obviously the plane from London, the Virgin, because I think we got Virgin Atlantic, or I think it was British, but obviously that plane is huge.
Yeah.
But the plane from, I can't even remember if we had a straight flight. I think we did have a straight flight. So
yeah, because I think sometimes it's Grenada, Antigua, or Barbados.
Yeah, so
even for Dominica, you have to stop at these countries to get the small plane to go over.
Yeah, so sometimes you do. Sometimes like you do have, like when I was coming back to London, we did stop off in Barbados.
Okay.
Yeah, so but I think when we was coming down, I think we actually just had one straight flight.
Yeah. So you do have a big airport, but everything's just pollution, everything's kept clean.
Yeah, everything, the air is so
yeah.
clean. So when we landed and I smelled the air, I was just like, this is freedom. This is what freedom smells like. And I was just like, I just kept smelling.
Really?
I was just like,
It's
oh
like
my
you
God.
can take a big inhale, isn't it, when you get out? It's so deep.
Literally,
like, oh my God, there's no blockage.
Yeah, it's like it's like a warm type of smell. It's warm. It's
spiritual feeling. It's just something that just oozes in you, isn't it, once you get there.
And even Grenada, like Grenada is a very spiritual place. Like where it is energetically, and it is a very spiritual place. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah.
So you get to Grenada.
Yeah.
You settle in.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
It was definitely a journey. It was definitely a journey.
Got to slow down.
Yes, that the slowing down part was really what like my biggest adjustment, because obviously in London, like it's hustle, and I found for me just being in Grenada and just being in the Caribbean, where like there's not a lot of convenience, and like everything is just much more slower. Like even when it comes to just like going in and filing a certain paperwork, whatever the case may be, sometimes it would literally take like half a day. And that's something the bank. Oh my God. Like it's just, the process sometimes is just long, and it can really just irritate you. And that's something that I really had to kind of like get a grasp of. I had to just accept that, okay, like the culture here is just very laid back, it's just very slow. And in order for me to really like have a peace of mind, I have to go with the pace. Yeah, I have to go with the pace. But eventually when I did go with the pace, I was just cruising. I was just like, yeah, like, I mean, do I feel like going to fill this out today? Not really. I'll keep it for tomorrow. Like,
And that's how it is.
And that's how it is. It's not a rush at all. And I love that type of living,
So as a foreigner as well, adapting around on a small island, because it's only a matter of time before everyone knows that English girls around.
Yeah, new me. New me.
So how was that for you? Because for me, that's the kind of, sometimes that's the frustration, and these are the things that like bridging the gap between UK and stuff, is making people understand that Caribbean people are fully educated, but the common sense is very, 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 very minute.
Yes.
So like you're saying, going to the bank, sourcing out information and doing things, something that can just take like probably 2 hours of the day, 2-3 hours a day. If you was in England, it's taking you like 3-4 days, maybe a week. And then as coming in as a foreign person, because it doesn't matter how you dress locally or not, it's like there's a radar on top of your head.
There's a smell.
There's a smell. So you come through the door, the looks,
the walk.
All of a sudden there's a pen they're looking for.
Yeah. They're going on break. Don't get me on the break.
They're passing you on to the next one. That for me is a very frustrating part. Like there's loads of official buildings and loads of official people using big words, but why do I have to go through 17 people to find out one piece of information when you all can read better than me? You all have better
I mean, this is your job as well. Like, this is your job. You're supposed to know, you know? So it's like, why? What are you getting paid for?
Why does it upset you that I've come through the door?
And I'm asking questions about your job.
I'm trying to help your country.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why are you hating me for it?
What it is the the crab in the barrel mentality. And I was even speaking to another Grenadian woman here. She has a chocolate shop. It's called Gaboo Chocolates. So she actually sources Grenadian chocolates. But I met her in Grenada, and she was basically just saying that, you know, oftentimes like Caribbean people, they feel very threatened or intimidated by, you know, just you know, foreigners coming in, or just like people in the diaspora, even though they are from your country, they still feel very like intimidated, you know, and they feel like, oh, you're better than them. But I'm just like, they need to change their mindset, because no one's coming down here to steal your jobs. We don't really want you. We want pounds.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? We're just trying to seek the roots that you've actually living with.
Exactly.
And no one's stopping you from actually getting on the plane and coming to see the foreign countries and see what other people are doing either.
Literally, no one's stopping you.
Yeah, that's a bit of the thing that frustrates me. The slowness.
Yeah, the slowness.
The actual unofficial places as well.
That's
the I don't mind it every other day, the food shops and stuff.
It
turns its hair
but
anyway.
It's the official places.
It's the official places. It's very hard. Very, very hard. That gets really, really discouraging, because it's like you're coming to deal with your people, and your people's dealing with you like the white people that's here in the country. Like,
literally,
I've left England because I don't want to have to deal with these people.
Exactly.
And now I've come to my people, and you're dealing with me like the people I'm leaving.
Literally. And that's
a mental thing for me as a foreigner.
It's insanity. And then it's like they would have the white people, and they would treat the white thing like best. Like, what's that saying? Best thing since sliced bread. Do you get me? And I'm just like...
And then for you, it's just like,
Yeah.
Come to England and think if that same person is going to treat you.
It used to really piss me off. But, you know, I just came to terms with it, and I'm just like, you know what, like, whatever, like, they're angry. I mean, you're doing this job. You have to be in here from this time. I have freedom. I mean, I would be upset at me as well. Like, so, whatever.
So after that, so we can move on to the lifestyle changes.
Yes.
So how was the lifestyle changing for you? Because, you know, like, foods, your diet, men, women, how did it work for you?
Everything. Lifestyle, definitely, I can say that I had the best lifestyle in Grenada. Like, I genuinely did, and it really made me happy. Like, so obviously when I first went down to London, I used to wear wigs. And then when I went down to Grenada, after I left London, I went to Grenada, I was wearing wigs like in that short transition. And then I was like, no, like Grenada's too hot. Like, I can't wear wigs. Like, you know, my head needs to breathe. So after that, I stopped wearing so much makeup, because your face also needs to breathe as well. Like, the sun is just like insane. So, you know, I wanted to detox. I wanted to cleanse my face and just like not have so much layers on my body. Because even when you're swimming when I'm diving in the beach, in the water, you can't have no wig on. You can't have no makeup on. No, I'm trying to feel the salt water on my face.
Indulge and take it all in.
Do you get me? So I had to strip all of that away. And then I started to get more into cleaner eating, and I became pescatarian. And, you know, I wasn't eating any like red meat or anything, just eating like fish, or just eating food without any meat in it. Ital food. And I really enjoyed that. Like, my body thanked me a lot for that, because it genuinely did, because I started to feel much more lighter. My mindset started to feel, you know, more sharper, more clearer. And just like my energy was just like a lot more better, and I could do things for longer periods of time without like getting burnt out, you know, so quick. So, you know, even like my cycle, like my period, like I wouldn't be getting any cramps. My period would just
long days.
It wouldn't be long at all. Like, it would literally just be like 3 days max. And I just started noticing these changes after I just switched certain things. And I'm just like, this is the lifestyle for me. This is what makes sense for me. And this is what my body likes. So,
you wasn't
know.
so strict. You was just like a mindful eater.
Yeah.
Something just said to you, let's just try for a change. So when you feel like meat, you'll still have meat.
Exactly.
That's how I got to. Because a lot of people might look at like my dietary stuff and think, oh, this girl had cancer and she just, I eat everything.
Yes.
But because I know now what herbs work for what.
Exactly.
I'm very spiritual. So once the full moon's coming around and stuff like that, I know what teas to drink.
Exactly.
I know what, I had to kind of just like rein myself in and keep myself on the balance. It's my path. So I listen to my body.
Yeah.
That's something I really, I'm so happy I got to that level of consciousness where me and my body can talk to each other, where I can go days without eating. It's not that I'm starving myself. My body's just like, you've had enough.
Yeah, you don't need to keep feeding yourself.
Yeah, no, you don't have to eat. You can go days without eating.
Honestly, yeah.
It is fine with just having your fruit juices, your apple and ginger, your orange and stuff like that. So I like fast without even noticing I'm fasting now, and things like that. So I am just, like I said, I'm just a mindful eater. I try not to be so hard on myself because otherwise you'd be looking on every label and everything and you just won't eat nothing anyway.
I mean, they're poisoning us regardless.
Regardless what you're doing. So these are the things when you bridge the gap with your culture, you will know what to have in your house.
Yes.
You will know when this is happening, what to drink. You won't need to take so much medication and scared about GP and hospital. Because you've got these little things in your house.
And you're keeping yourself healthy.
In your bath, that you can steam over, that you can, you know, drink, that you can add in some of your foods and stuff like that.
And it's here, like it is here. It is here. It's just you have to actually know what it is. You have to know what it is. So,
and sometimes I feel like it's important. I say it's so important. And the whole thing coming off a bit like before, the whole thing with like this, even this Ginger J stuff, it's brought up so much of how much people over here have no culture. You don't even know how to even address men, women, how you see yourself, how you see things. Like there's so much Caribbean kids out here that only go to holidays in Spain and only go
it's
to
crazy.
Do things.
Can you actually elaborate on the Ginger J just so like the audience can kind of like know?
So to me, like Ginger J going through like cussing about girls and black hair and his mom. And
so Ginger J is a guy, because I actually don't know.
So he's a guy. He's on. He does a lot of influencing and stuff like that, and he works with the Pen Game, and he's just like a influencer.
This is a British guy.
Yeah.
Well,
like
I don't know him.
Okay.
I don't know him.
So Ginger J is a socialite. He does a kind of things, but he had an open interview on the Backchat London.
Okay.
And he got quite triggered on how a girl was talking to him, and how he broke it down was, this is why I can't date black girls. This is why I can't look at your hair. This is why you wear wigs, and this is why you don't like to get put in your place. But to me, I understand what he said.
But the approach
was wrong.
Disgusting.
And to him, he's getting cancelled for it. Yeah, and I understand with a lot of people do want to cancel it, but when you dig deep down into who he is and what he's actually saying,
right?
He has an identity crisis.
Right.
He's not fully cultured. So if he's just had most of the majority of his life in England, he's had to deal with all the different things, but not seeing himself in it because he's ginger.
Okay.
Dundos, he's got his freckles. He's a ginger.
So he's a white guy, ginger guy.
No, he's black.
Oh shit!
Like Dundos, ginger. Got freckles and everything, like albino,
Okay.
So to him, I don't know if growing up he was never like the black boy that was chosen or whatever happened to him in his life or how his mum raised him or what she did.
Because he's different, you know,
But to me, like for those type of things, if he was going back home and seeing that there's probably a whole village that's like him,
exactly,
and people that walk around that's just like him that might have this same feeling, even being in the West Indies, that he could talk to, and he could see that there is people that is like him, that him. He could see that there might be a girl that looks like him that will actually attract him, that likes him for him. But when you stay in a place just being
that
British,
isn't made for you.
Who is he?
So
we can't exactly cancel him, but we have to, and it's not like, bash his mum neither. But the people that raised him didn't keep him cultural, didn't make him know exactly where he came from to know where he's going. So the reason why he's saying like black girls not being put in his place, why? Because we hold him accountable. Do you understand? So to some of the things that he's doing, probably black girls have been holding him accountable. Fix up yourself, just a different way. Like, articulate yourself a bit better. Or do what you're saying, but because he doesn't know, he's lashing out with, oh, black girls with your own hair. But then yet still again, you get offended, black girls. You say, don't come for me. Because I had to have cancer and lose my hair for me to get to this point. What I'm saying here now is these are type of things. Like, we still go on holiday with these long weaves and these long stuff. But if we was going on holidays for ourselves, you don't need the hair.
You don't need the hair. It's not your hair.
It's the fact that your crown, the mole of your head needs to be actually open for the sun to cut.
Do you see? You're mine.
Do you get
I
what
want
I'm
to
trying
kiss
to say?
it. Yes.
You need to get into the river. Like, your whole body
head
needs to plunge in the sea and the river.
And connect.
Do you understand?
You're
For
not
these
connecting.
things to be washed up. So
Mama Waters, I don't know if you know, she needs to feel her kids.
thank you. So these are the things that it's all to do with bridging the gap.
The gap. Yep.
And for those that, like I'm saying, is going back home is so important.
It's so important.
I mean,
getting
like,
chills, bro.
Yeah, like, I took my risk of, before my all clear, I took my risk. I went back home 3 months. I left my partner, I left my children. And for him, it was kind of hard for him because, like I said, you get naysayers. Like, who leaves their kids?
Yeah. What you going for, man?
Then you go to Jamaica. Oh, yeah. Do you understand? I went through, I heard all the background noise and all the rest of it. But
Have
I did
to tune
it
it
for
out.
me.
Exactly.
And I had to sit on that river for 2 hours and cry by myself. I had to learn about myself and my skin and my everything coming back together. I had to get stripped away. I had to walk barefoot, sit under by trees, do all of these stuff in order for me to come back and say, I have my all clear. And that was still a risk because I was still in between treatments.
Right.
I still said no. Something told me I had to leave.
Yeah, you need to
Why?
go.
Because I was misunderstood. No one didn't understand what I was going through. Everyone's putting their feelings and their perspective on
what
I'm going through. I'm the one going through the treatment.
Yeah.
Even though it's affecting you because you have to look after me, but it got a bit too much.
I get you.
So I took myself away out of all of that and I sat down with myself. And I'm telling you, things from my childhood had to come up. Things from my teenagers, because I had my daughter at 18, 19. Okay. So being on that survival, that, like, I had to be, the voices in my head, it had to be just me and them.
No, honestly.
And the 2 hours in the river had to wash away as well. So these things are so important. And the fact that we still go, they still go back home, but they're on holiday. Like, taking a little time out for yourself, even though it's holiday, to find your roots. Get grounded back.
Get grounded.
Not until you do that. When you get back to England, England can't bother you. The issues of England cannot bother you
100%.
Because the resilience, the strength,
it's not
the
real. Like,
I mean, you actually are is so fueled up now. It's like, okay, so there's the superficial stuff of this place.
Literally,
like, let's just get the pounds and let's get back.
Do you get me?
Then get back to the mission.
Yeah, exactly. And everything is in your mind as well. Like, everything is in your mind. So it's like, you know, even though you're back in London or wherever the case may be, it's like you can create anything in terms of, like, okay, you may have this problem, but you can just be like, okay, this problem doesn't exist. Like, okay, tomorrow
next month is let's let it pass.
Exactly.
And these are the things that I feel like that's why mental health is on the rise. And there's so much things. Everyone's not living with their purpose. And if you don't go back to your roots and have that, even that one transitional day or time where you could say you sat down in a place where you know your ancestors are from and you felt something. I feel that's the only way you can actually even activate
your
purpose to come back to even know what you want to do. And these things are so important. And I feel after a period of time of not even being able to have that, the life skill and the mental of being that resilient affects us as Black people.
Definitely.
And it's affecting us more as younger because, like I'm saying, like, we're just seeing westernized things and we're just doing the westernized things. And then you go back home and you have to hand wash your clothes.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I have a washing machine.
No, but you have a washing machine, but those life skills of just rinsing your top.
I get you.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Or just
because sometimes water be cutting off, bro.
What you gonna say? You're not gonna bathe for 3 days because it's cold water.
Fam, I had to bathe with a bucket and water outside. But I'm not gonna lie, it was nice. It was nice. I was like, and when the water came on, I was like, shit. I don't want to go back inside the shower.
Be outside. So these are the little things that. When you're over here, if your washing machine does break down, your life is not over.
Well, over here,
do you know what I'm trying to say? Because you can still get the same bucket with the same cold water and a bit of washing pad and scrub.
Yeah.
You can still clean your house from scratch.
True.
You can still learn about yourself. You know, like I found even through the breast cancer, like I've got into my massaging and stuff like that. You do as well.
Yes.
steaming
Mm-hmm.
your yoni.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is
It's so important after
so
you
important.
have your children.
Yeah.
So important every 6 months in the
Mm-hmm,
year.
mm-hmm.
So
Before your period, after your
do you know what I'm
period.
trying to say? But imagine like there's women here that's never done it.
That's never done it, yeah.
Because they don't want to listen to their great-grandparents or their
Yeah.
grandmom that's telling them to do it because it's not convenient. It means that they have to sit down with themselves for 30 minutes.
It's crazy how people run away from their self. Like, I mean, I get why they do it. They're scared of what will come up, but it's just like you keeping things inside you, it does fester and it can become disease. Yes.
Just like myself.
Yes.
I was living a cancerous life. Very angry, I had my walls up, I was prideful, I would be misunderstood from a kid. No one doesn't understand me. My walls are up, I protect myself. You know, I'm my mum's first and only daughter, so I've even want to protect her from her own friends and things I've seen and feel that she's refusing to see
and acknowledge,
and acknowledge. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it does transcend into your kids.
Of course.
And so I grew up like not having a lot of friends and being scared of females and being more around the boys.
The feminine needs to heal. The feminine wound, the mother wound.
Yeah, needs to heal and stuff like that. So I was living very much like cancerous. My tumor was very hard. It was very close to my chest, and I had to, like I've said it. I say in every episode. I really needed it. It was the worst time of my life, but cancer was my pivotal moment of the boundaries had to be there.
You're awakening.
Like they said, the mindful of me, mindful eating, mind how I speak to myself,
the shift,
how I look at myself, how I go forward, how I have to put myself first.
It was a big wake-up call, honestly.
Big wake-up call. And as much as the wake-up call was always there, that was the push to actually, like, your foot has to,
hello, look at this, look at me.
You know, like, God's giving you this sign and saying, oh, you're not listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to be stubborn? Okay.
I put you through all these lessons and you're still going back. All right, then sit down.
Bro, why are we like this, though?
Sit down and stay there and sit in every single choice you decided to make while I was telling you not to make that choice and showing you the journey.
Yeah.
So it was that, and I had to. So it took me, had the journey, went away for the 3 months, fueled myself, came back 10 times stronger than anything, and I wanted to shout and tell everybody.
And it's that.
And I came back, I wanted to tell everybody, and then I had to like slowly close my mouth.
Yeah, that is it. That is it. Like, that's something
because this girl has come with all this sunshine and coming
and rain
and come on, guys, forget about your bills.
And I'm in this grey.
Forget about your bills, forget about your stress, go back home, find a little plot.
What's this nut talking about?
And then it's just like, oh, here she goes.
Yeah.
There's fun and thing, like, there's reality over here, it's misery over here, like, get back to the miserable.
Yeah.
You know
they be wanting you to get back to that misery, you know. Please keep it over there. In my world, it's magical, fairies, you know, manifestation, moon and stars. No, because like you genuinely can. Your mind is your reality. You can have any reality that you want. That's why like people say heaven on earth. Heaven on earth, heaven is in your mind. Hell is in your mind. You create what you want to see. So it's like, you saying that you have to come back and shut your mouth, that's something that I also have been like struggling with in terms of like wanting to help like certain people, family, and just kind of like show them like what I see or like my mindset or just like certain things that they can implement even though they're here, you know? I mean, you don't necessarily have to be in the Caribbean to kind of like create like a nice schedule for yourself. Exactly. Just to kind of give you a peace of mind, you know? So, you know, I've been trying to tell them, do this, do that, do journaling, do yoga, retete. And it's just like, I realized that you can't wake anybody up on your alarm. You have to let them sleep. So that's just something that I've just had to come to terms with. And it does hurt me, but I'm just like, you know what, like I have to prioritize my energy because I don't want to get depleted by constantly trying to wake other people up. Like, just let me just leave it.
I didn't want to bore some people of just keep going on about cancer and what it is, but it's so scary to me because like when I'm sitting in conferences and they're like, by 2027, we're going to have a pandemic of Black women with breast cancer. Like, do I have to wait until the pandemic starts?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be overwhelmed of who to help?
Yeah.
Or can I try and make people just understand, like,
you're doing it now. This is what you need to do. Yeah, that's what you're doing.
And it kind of like push myself into that more, not so much giving that statistics and stuff like that. But I'm getting to the place now where I probably just gonna have to show what I do.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was thinking, like, just when we talking about it, and people can source that information, like, it's not, but then finding out, no, because I've done it personally, I have to show.
You can attest to it.
Yeah, I can attest to it and show. So that's a bit of like a new set of comfort zone I'm gonna have to come out with, because I'm gonna have to even talk about the things I was scared of, that I'm still scared of now.
Have to
that
speak
still
out.
Trigger me now. Yeah, clear that throat. Chef was about.
Yes, girl. Yes,
I got to clear that. That's the last part of me. Clearing up, you know, like I clear the room, I clear the chest, the heart, and stuff. It's just like my throat. I have to speak my truth.
Yeah, you have to.
But it's like I have to wait until it happens in someone's home in order for me to help. And that's the sad bit about it, because not everyone's got the mental strength. Like most of the women I started off in 2021 with, they're no longer here.
Oh, wow.
There's only like just one other lady.
Wow. That's
sad. That's where, for me, I want to shout it off the rooftops, and I'm trying to help people and do so much. But I have to then be like, I can't wake up anyone else.
You can't take her.
So I'm just watching women like, okay, keep talking bad about yourself.
Literally.
But please, God, don't make cancer reach out, because she won't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
And then I have to look at men like, okay, he's still doing the party drugs. He's still doing what he's doing. But if the prostate comes, how is he going to... And it's like, okay, it's so hard being awakened, like,
It is, and it's very isolating. It's very isolating. Like, I genuinely...
battery dies very quick. Small talk is very much like...
snooze fest. Like, I rather just not even talk at all.
I went out on Sunday and I ended up talking with someone. Big party's going on there. Everybody's partying.
Yeah.
And me and this guy... Shout out to Marcus, wherever you are in the world.
Shout out Marcus.
Well, shout out Marcus, wherever you are in the world. But me and Marcus, it's like he picked up my energy and I picked up his, and I was talking to someone else and we ended up having a conversation. We started just talking, elaborating, and chatting, but the whole party was inside. We had to be like, right, we're in the smoking area, not smoking or nothing, you know. We're literally just talking.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like...
I love stuff like that.
Conversation with depth now is so important.
So important.
I lead with that now. Like, I don't mind the surface conversation and meeting people and
here
talking,
and there.
but like when I'm in places and it's like the fact of getting to know people and then see where their mind's in, and seeing
where
their mind is, and that everyone's got a story, and the fact that some people can just talk about their stories but without going so deep into it, but making you understand their way of thinking. It's like, it's so intriguing. Like,
it's very
and that's where I get off. That's what the Caribbean does for me. Like, every time I go back to Jamaica, it's never the same. It's never the same Jamaica where I left.
Yeah.
When I go back to Dominica, it's a great thing for me now, because Dominica's always been like 10, 15 years behind everybody else, where Jamaica's very westernized, America. So now, like, Dominica's stepping
you're appreciating,
I'm actually appreciating that the country's
the slowness,
the preservatives on the country, like how rich it is, the soil, because it's so untouched.
Yes.
How they preserve themselves. All of that really fuels me. Like, I get excited. Like, now I can't wait to go to Dominica, because I actually want to do the whole island now, not just only go to where I'm from. I want to show people, you know, there's this up hiking and there's these things.
Love
you
hiking.
got soul for this, and because
so far so good.
Whereas you're just a local, you know, like a Sunday, you just go beach, you're just gonna go sofa if someone comes and you want to show someone around the island. But now, like, I want to go back to Dominica. I want to be like,
immersive.
Like, get into every little bit.
Nook and cranny.
Every little cricket, like what this soil is for, what this herb is for. Because Jamaica's got herbs and Dominica's herb. They're the same things, but they're different names. They get used in different ways. So all of these things. And then, like, for Grenada, pepper, spice, jab,
cinnamon, nutmeg,
and all these things is what we use in our... The spices is what we use, like, for our porridges, in our teas, in our creams and stuff like that. So
the chocolates, actually, Grenada's chocolates are amazing.
The coffee and the herbs that you source in Jamaica is not going to be the herbs and the spices that you get in Grenada, let alone the spices and the ground beef that you get in Dominica. So this is like my fuel of going around to all the islands and learning all the different things and just showing people, like, going back home is just so 10 times better than the
It's
stupid
healing.
cliche
It's
stories.
healing. It's healing, man.
Very much healing, and I feel us as a Black community need to touch back.
We need
It's
to
not
heal.
always about just getting a property to make money or things like that. Find yourself.
Find yourself, honestly. Yeah.
One time out of your life. I'm not saying like go for 3 months, go for 6 months, or go for 5 years, but just if you're going, try and do like a 4 weeks where you got 2 weeks of partying and 2 weeks of finding, sitting with yourself and finding yourself. Go with friends or go by yourself and sit down with your nan, your great granddad, your grandaunt, and find history of, because you might find like, oh, I am the way I am because this is my family.
This is my uncle. Like,
do you
that
know
was
what I'm trying to say? You never
yeah.
know. Like, I found out.
It's very intriguing.
Find out things that I felt about myself, like my great grand would do.
Yeah. Seriously.
And then not knowing her.
Yeah.
And then going back and then finding out like things that she would do and things that she was interested in.
And then you doing it and you're connecting with her, like, you know.
Through that, and how much generations where I didn't know her and people have died and I haven't had no education. It's like, she passed away and probably I picked that up, or she's living that through me now.
Exactly. Do you see?
Yeah, every family have their ways and their different, I should say, skills and magic about them.
Yes, yes.
And they're born with that. That's like their lineage of things.
Yeah.
And not until you do and you go back, you find out things about yourself. So yeah. So with that, you're saying like, how was that even relationships? Finding out like men do things different in the Caribbean.
I roll. The biggest, but yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like their mentality, I find guys in the Caribbean, they're like adults from 18 compared to like a 19-year-old guy or 18, 19-year-old guy in the Caribbean, as much as sometimes they're a bit, you know, slow with certain things being westernized, they can outgrow an English boy easy that's 25.
You would think.
You would think. In some ways, they're childish in some ways, but for me, I feel like lifestyle things, they're very much mature on. But you coming from London and then having to deal with them because they're a bit laid back in certain things. How was that?
Yeah, so the men in London are different from the Caribbean. Yeah, I know. Even like before I left, I was like, you know, the Grenadian men are gonna be like, you know, more mature. They're gonna be like go-getters. They're just gonna have their heads screwed on, like, you know. And I was really like excited to kind of like, you know, dip my foot into the dating scene. But going down to Grenada, what I realized about the men is that a lot of them are very laid back. And they are very laid back. And I feel like a lot of them oftentimes want to be looked after by women. And I think that's because their mothers do raise them to kind of be very dependent on them. So you will have a lot of mother's boys. And that used to just piss me off.
And then it's the radar on top of your head, like,
yeah,
maybe let me get through to her. We can go back to England.
Exactly. You know, like, you know, oh, what can she offer me? And it's not only the men, actually, in terms of like people being opportunists. That's a lot in Grenada. And I feel like the Caribbean,
really, you have to be very wary how you make friends and how you do things where people where you live. You know,
what you treat your business to.
Yeah.
Trust me, you have to be very like careful. But yeah, like I just found that the men are just very laid back. And me being the woman that I am, I'm very ambitious. I'm very like a go-getter. Like I'm not going to just sit down and just kind of like wait for someone to help me. Like if I'm going to bring this man into my life, he has to, you know, first of all, know who he is. He has to have a vision of, okay, at least like where does he want to go? Like, what's your values? Like, you know, how is your mindset? What's your religious beliefs? Like, you know, just what
they're kind of conversations that they're not really used
to. That's
to.
what I'm saying. They're not. And you know, a relationship that I was in before, I mean, I learned every relationship that you're in, even if it's like platonic, you know, romantic, like, you have to learn something from it. Every one that comes into your life, they're either a lesson or a blessing. And I do oftentimes, you know, look at people as lessons or, you know, like I've been having a lot of lessons. Let's just say that I've been having a lot of lessons. I wouldn't say that I've recently had anybody that come into my life as a blessing. I wouldn't say that because oftentimes like I genuinely have to like what you were saying, like you've been on your own for a very long time. You've had to kind of like, you know, do things by yourself. And that's just been me. Like I haven't really had people, obviously like my family, yeah. But outside of that, when it comes to like friendship and stuff like that, I haven't really had people that are like, yeah, blessings, you know, that have like taken me, you know, far. Actually, I've had a few. Yeah. So
but just to get to the end goal and stay
yeah. Like actually stay in my life.
In you and
that's
sure,
what I mean.
yeah,
that's what I mean.
That's the hardest. Yeah, that's like for me, I don't have nobody.
Exactly.
So even starting this, I started in November. It was just Fifi, just let's just
He's
try
a blessing. He's a blessing. Yeah.
Let's just try it. Like I want to see you try this. Come out your comfort zone. This is something
and he's been
know
consistent.
that you want to do it, but let's get you through. And going back and telling even like my immediates, and that's what I'm gonna do is the same. Like I roll okay. And then it's like, because it doesn't fit maybe to the concept or not the mix up, the drama, like the views ain't, I'm not getting passed around or made you think all this type of thing. So that means like, oh, it's not being done. But this is for my mental. This is something that I wanted to plant a seed and grow with it.
Yes.
So I want to show that the growth and the change in myself as well. I don't believe like, before that was my procrastination. I wanted everything to be perfect and look like professional straight away.
Yeah.
Now I want to show like I started with nothing. I started by myself.
Yes.
That's
inspirational.
The fact that I've actually kept this going from November to now, like my first year, is a pat on the back for myself, because I've never been consistent on like anything in my life. Apart from going to my treatments every 2 weeks and doing everything else. So again, that's why I say like with cancer, because it put me into a whole routine of hospital appointments. That was like it's been my job for the past 3-4 years. It's put like little things in. That was my first set of practice. So then the journaling came in. The day for myself came in. Okay, this day's for me now. Okay, no, I was living my life putting everyone first. So now I'm first.
Definitely.
So I had to unpack that and rearrange that. I didn't know that I had to be full in order for my kids to be happy. I was making them happy, and then I was thinking I wasn't getting the respect and the value from even like my partner and stuff, because there was no boundaries. I'm kind of like a low maintenance type of person. You don't have to give me
too much and I'm gonna be okay.
Too much in the world and all the superficial stuff for me. That's not me. Like I would take 5 pair of designer shoes to put down on brick and cement right now. Like
right now, literally.
So putting in the boundaries, fooling myself, and then the new me now, like a lot of things that I was into, I'm not really into.
Yes.
I found that me always liking to do hair and makeup was always because I like to help people. So there was more of a purpose in that.
Right.
So with that, and then it ended up into the massaging.
Right. Yes.
So it's gone through to like me wanting to do like a community project here. If not, I want to open like a community-based recovery centre for everyone who wants to come in, whether they're elderly, young, going through treatment or not, where they can feel themselves. Like I want to see elderly people playing dominoes in a corner, or some young people sitting down reading a book that they've never read before, giving out the same healthy idle foods that you can't be bothered to make at home. But if it's once a week, you can come there to eat that. That's what I would like to do. But then, like I said, the bridging the gap and making the British Black people, some, I'm not going to say all. When I talk, guys, I'm not just talking about allow me to talk. It's just not for me. It's for some.
Yeah, some.
It seems like I'm going to have to go back home to do it and open it back home, and then people can fly over and come over.
I believe so.
And do it that way.
I think it's important for you to definitely go back to like Dominica or Jamaica to establish like this sense that you want to do. Because oftentimes, like, I think Caribbean people like to see the crowd before they actually start like coming in and supporting. I don't know why it's like that, because it's like, it's so important for people to kind of like support people from the ground up. But that's just not something that Caribbean people like
They support you when the support started. Apart from that.
So I think starting back home.
I feel like being quite spiritual, and you read certain scriptures and stories in the Bible as well, like certain scriptures, like when God tells some of his disciples, like as a prophet, where you're born and where you're from,
Yes.
they don't listen. You have
Yeah.
to go far
Yes,
and wide. You have to
yes,
come
yes.
out of your surroundings in order for the strangers to help, for the local people to understand. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Is why it's so important for me to ask you all these type of questions. Like even for other people that's thinking of going, you see people on YouTube and they've taken a leap, but like for you, even being more Guyanese and going to Grenada, that must have been something like to the unknown. It's like for me, as much as I go to Dominica and Jamaica, I've been brought up in Jamaica a bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've got more of the Jamaica influence. Yes. But I never leave my 767 out of the way. So it's like now I want to kind of be able to go back, see the difference, see
go
where
back
I
and
want
forth.
to do back and forth.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't want to be 60, 70 and then moving back home.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to kind of do that kind of earlier and be bouncing back from the two countries or just being able to like
travel,
being like, you just take a little boat, couple hours.
Do you get me?
Go there, you got Guadeloupe, Martinique, all these little islands that we could be learning from or opening something from and seeing. You never know.
Just connecting with people. And that's one thing I really love about the Caribbean is like, it's so easy for you to connect with big people down there. Because it's like when you're in London, like when I was in London, the people that I met through working with the tourism, because I was working with tourism in Grenada, doing content creation for them. So the people that I met from London were big people. Like people who are like verified, like people who actually have big impacts already, big platforms already. And I would have never met these people if I was in London. So it's like being in the Caribbean, it's like everybody sort of has their walls down. So it's so easy for you to just like go have a conversation. They'll be like, yo, okay, cool. Like obviously there's sunshine. So when there's sunshine, everyone's happy. So it's like, yeah, let's have a conversation. Okay, cool. Let me connect you to this person. So the Caribbean is amazing for connections, I would say.
Right now, the boost of the Caribbean
it's insane. Everybody wants to be in the Caribbean right now. Everybody. Yeah.
So yeah, I was living through Kel's show. Big up Kel's show. I was living through him because he went to Grenada.
Okay, Kel. I wonder if I know him. I probably do.
Probably, but he went to Grenada through the whole jab and mass and carnival and stuff. And then he went to St. Lucia.
Okay.
Came back. So I think he's from Grenada.
Okay.
So that was like his little...
I wonder if I know him.
That was kind of like stepping into his roots and, to see him partying and going to carnival, especially as an English guy going down there and he's saying like he's learning things like, oh my God, there's a frog.
Crapo. I can't stand crapo.
I was on the floor most of the days watching this video because I was like, guys, like, this is the fun that you could be having.
It's the simplest thing.
When you're going over there, like, he's rolling with his cousins, his friends have flown over, like...
He's by the rum shop,
like, He's getting into the accent, he's picking up the words, like, he's like, jab, he's whining, he's got the girls all over the place. I was like, this is what it's about. Like, us as young people, it's time we go and explore where we've come from, make the connections. Like, there's loads of new policies we need to be putting in place, and I find, like, I know that we're kids of the immigrants and stuff like that, but because we've got the Western eyes, go back over and have certain conversations with certain politicians, with certain prime ministers.
Yeah, and they listen. I'm talking about Grenada Prime Minister. He's really good. He is really good. Like he's a more younger Prime Minister. He's like in his 40s.
Yeah, I saw him. He was on the House of Atlanta.
Yeah. So even those women I connected to. I connected with. So obviously because through tourism, I actually met I think the producer, the manager, her name is Glenda. So she was the one who actually like produced and I did an interview with her. It's like she follows me now on Instagram. I even whined on one of the women. I think her name is Shamar.
Oh yeah.
Whined on her at Juve. Yes, proper. So I'm just like, who would have been doing this if I was in London? Like, do you get me?
Who's going to give you that opportunity?
Who's going to give me that opportunity? So trust me, like going back home, I know some people, especially like kids who have grown up in London and who just class themselves as Londoners.
Yeah, just bitches.
Yeah, I feel like to them, they're like, oh, I don't want to go back to the third world country. Babes, that's where it's at. Well, first, that's where it's at.
I see that as a first world country.
Exactly, yeah. But to them, they're like, oh, that's a third world country. Oh, that's the ghetto. Oh,
give me all the mosquitoes, cockroaches, lizards,
but no, I can't stand
frog,
mosquitoes.
all
Oh my
of
God.
them.
Me and mosquitoes have beef. Honestly, one thing is what I'm really happy about being in London right now, there's no fucking mosquitoes. Those mosquitoes are evil. No, genuinely, like, me and them have beef. Like,
but after all these years, you're still getting bites?
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, not badly. There's like certain areas you will go into. But it's just like, I'm laying down in bed. Why am I here? Fuck off. I like right next to me. I hate that. So yeah, like, you know. I mean, everywhere has its plus and its cons, but I prefer the Caribbean any day.
So with the transition of that, who are you now?
That's a question. Who am I now? I am a woman that's constantly evolving. I don't like to place myself in a box. Even when it comes to like me, like figuring out like what's my next steps, I have no idea what my next steps are. I just know that I am listening to my emotions and what excites me. And that's what I'm following. So yeah, I would just say that I'm an evolving woman. I'm constantly evolving. I will never be the same woman. Like, tomorrow I'm going to be a different woman. The next day I'm going to be a different woman.
But you're always going to be working yourself. That's me now.
Do you get me? Yeah. And I would also say that I evolve in cycles. So like throughout the year, like there's different months, like different quarters where I do different things. And I feel like sometimes I do it unconsciously. I just like have moments, like for instance, like my birthday is in November, and it's like right now I am literally coming in. Yeah, it's like I just have like an automatic thing. Yeah,
recharge,
it's just
and reset.
Do you get me? Not really post too much on social media, even though I have my platforms. I have my YouTube because I also do my podcast as well, and I also do have my personal YouTube channel where I do like my vlogs and do my transitions. So it's like right now I just don't feel the need to create. I just feel the need to just introspect and think about what's next. So that's who I am right now.
So in Grenada, when you first went over, you started working in tourism?
No, so I actually was doing my own at-home salon. So so I was doing, waxing, massages,
and
facials.
They don't really have that in the Caribbean.
They didn't.
So you was like one of the first.
I was actually like one of the first ones that was doing it at my home and affordable. I mean, other people were doing it, but like
hotels and stuff.
Yeah, like exactly, hotels. And what my vision was I wanted to have affordable treatments, but also have it in such a nice, because I transformed my whole room to make it look like proper pretty. I had like pink curtains. I had my whole grass wall, proper like nice decorations, because I wanted them to also not just pay for the service. I wanted them to pay for the environment. So I did that, and I blew up like really quickly. Like I was getting like clients like back to back to back. And then after a while, I just kind of like, I get bored very easily. Like I feel like I can't stay in one thing for too long. Yeah, because that's just the creative in me. Like, because I wanna stretch myself, and I wanna figure out like, what else am I good at? What else?
And that makes, for someone that's not creative, I find it makes it very confusing, because you can go to sleep, 3 o'clock in the morning, you got this idea. So that one idea
But it didn't come from nowhere.
But that one, the idea that you just told them last week that you did, because you're already doing something already, and then something else is coming, and then they don't understand that you can do 5 things at once.
That's fine. They don't have to understand. They don't have to understand. Like,
are you sticking to one thing?
No,
I can't, because
like,
it's too hard.
What are you talking about?
To one thing. How do you do one job for 20 years?
That's insanity.
I have to work for myself then. I have to, because then if I work for someone for 20 years, my boss has got to know that I'm going to help you to do marketing. I'm going to help you to do
like business, you're literally pouring.
Do this. I'm doing everything.
You're pouring your life force into making somebody else's life better when you could be using all of that to fuel your passions. Like, we're multidimensional. Why do we limit ourselves and stick to one thing? I don't want to do that. That's not for me.
So you did the waxing?
So I did the waxing, the massage, and the facials. And after that, I launched my marketing agency, Pin Agency, in 2023. And even like with that, I was so nervous because, you know, there was a particular girl that actually, she was a British girl. But obviously she's Grenadian. So, you know, she did her marketing agency, she launched it, and she was like doing really well. Like, you know, I enjoyed looking at her, like her content creation skills and just like the opportunities that she was getting out of it. So I was like, yo, like, I love being on my phone. I love shooting videos. I love taking pictures. Like, I have an eye for it, you know? And I want to help people through my skills. So I was just like, oh my God, like, I don't want to start a marketing agency because I feel like she's going to think I copied her. And like, you know, how am I going to get clients? Like, because that's the thing. But when I did start it, Beth believed she come and she was like, oh, you copying me. People are noticing that your feed is looking similar to mine. And I'm like, what? Just because I'm using black?
Okay.
Anyways.
Composition.
So, yeah. So I started doing that, and you know, I my first client was La Helicon Hotel. So that hotel is on the airport strip. As you come into Grenada, it's on the airport strip, and the owner, her name is Debbie. She's a British woman as well, but she moved back. So I really loved her. Like, she was really cool. She gave me the creative freedom to kind of just express. And yeah, like, she was just I was really grateful for her to just give me the chance to just, because I didn't have any experience.
I
didn't have an experience, but she actually did really need social media, like content creation. So I did that, and I pushed her account up to like 1,000 and something followers, because she only had, I think it was about 700. So I pushed it to like 1,000 and something, and you know, she was getting like really good bookings. And then after that, I went off and I started doing more freelancing. Then I worked with a spiritual shop, and with the spiritual shop, that was a bit all over the place in terms of, you know, like when you have like spiritual people who, you know, they're in that community, but it's like, even though they're in the community, it's like sometimes they are the worst people to be around, spiritual people. And that's something that I realized, like, it doesn't matter how
they're
somebody
not open-minded about everything. Basically.
No, there was a lot of manipulation, there was a lot of energy drainage. Especially like on my part, because all I wanted to do was just kind of like boost their page and kind of like, you know, bring people in and show people, okay, like, you know, they have yoga classes and they have breath work, and
it's like a well-being.
It was a well-being, because they had like a bookstore, and they was doing like cafe and stuff, and then they also had their yoga studio, and then they also had their therapy. But there was just the energy just wasn't syncing up with us. And I had to leave because it was really affecting my energy. So after there, I went into tourism, and shout out to Petra Roach, a legend. This woman, I absolutely love this woman. So she was the CEO of Grenada Tourism Authority. And she's obviously gone off now to Barbados, because that's where she's actually from. But she came to Grenada, and she, you know, she was a CEO for 4 years. And this woman transformed Grenada tourism. Absolutely transformed it. And, you know, how I even got into tourism, I reached out to her on Instagram, and she was like, yeah, come in the next day. And the same day I got the job. And she gave me...
These are the things, like taking a risk as a young person.
Do you see what I'm saying?
These countries haven't got these things, people. So opportunities are so
there.
It's
about
there. Taking the risk as
there.
a young person. Like, my daughter, she's 29. I'm always telling her, like, take the risk.
Take the risks.
Go.
Just do it. Just ask.
It don't matter. Just ask.
Yeah,
like
it's either a yes or no.
Just go. You just don't know as a young person how, like... how it's going to work out for you. Just look at that the next day. And it's like, I'm always going to be grateful for her, because even that environment working with Pure Grenada, like it was a very hostile environment in terms of women back home.
Black women back home, they always try to hold you back. They always try to...
And the oldest woman wants to stay in the job for the longest time.
Majority of them were older Black women. Older, bitter Black women.
I was at the Dominic High Commission and it's the same thing. I was like, put my name on the list.
Yeah.
Because I understand you have all the traditions and you were there and you lived it.
Yeah.
But young people needs to bring
You need freshness. You need freshness. This is tourism. We need freshness.
They just want to be, I done this from 19...
Yeah.
79. And it still works for me. It works for you. Because your name's just still on the piece of paper.
Yeah.
But it's time for you to go
now. Yeah. And that's what was just annoying me. That's why I had to leave certain establishments. Like my contract ended with Pure Grenada. So that's why, like, you know, I'm in London right now and just kind of like connecting with just a new audience now, or just connecting with... Obviously, like, I have the skills, like, you know, I've come back with a new sense of direction and just mindset. And it's like, I want to be able to do something in London now, you know? So yeah, that's just a bit of my journey.
Yeah, so what's your plans going forward now you're back in the UK?
Well, I'm not living here. I'm not living here because...
she's here for some time. She has to go back because I have to meet her.
Yeah, so I am here for some time. Obviously, Grenada is always going to be home because we're not going to give up the Caribbean for this.
Yes. So while you're here, you're just content creating?
Yeah, literally just content creating. Literally that, just... Because, I mean, like, there's also there is a lot of opportunities here as well. I ain't gonna cap, like, in terms of just like getting new hobbies. Like, I really want to like start getting new hobbies. Like, I signed up for beekeeping, you know, just like stuff like that. Like, you know,
I want to see what that's gonna be like for you.
Yeah. So I want to like experience that. I want to get more into like fitness, doing Pilates, like, because there's no Pilates studios in Grenada. And also just like showing my Grenadian audience like what you can do in London when you come to London as well. And just letting them kind of like live vicariously through me, because I know some people may not have the opportunity to travel up to London. So it's like, I want to be the bridge for them.
You could do like you was doing for them in Grenada.
Exactly. So I don't know. I just kind of want to be an inspiration.
Just going with the flow.
Exactly. Be an inspiration, go with the flow, see who I connect to, just like how you know, brought up this podcast. Like, you know, I was just like, why not? Like, let me share,
So what's the name of your podcast?
So my podcast is Salt Plus Honey, because that's me, you know, a bit of salt, a bit of sweetness. And yeah, like, I literally just have like these conversations. I have very introspective conversations. I, you know, talk about human injustice, talk about relationships. I also have solo episodes where I'm just like sitting down, just speaking about like what I've been learning, and just kind of getting a bit intimate with my audience, you know? So yeah, and also just like, of course, creativity. So any like creative artist or anybody that just wants to just sit down and talk about creating, that's what my platform is about.
So thanks again anyway for popping down and coming to see us.
You're welcome.
I want you, how can I ask this? The 10 most important things.
10.
I should say 10. Should we say
5.
10? We say 5. The 5 most important things you learned about going to Grenada, and for anyone else that is planning on doing the same.
Okay.
Like things to look out for, whether it's financial, whether it's, how can I say it? Like, the 5 most important things that you need if you want to move back.
Fair enough. So I would start by saying, number 1, definitely travel before. So do your research. So that could include traveling to the country that you are looking to move down, speaking to locals, so reaching out on Instagram or wherever, speaking to people, finding out the information that you have to. If people are being a bit hesitant about it, then you can go on YouTube and, you know, because there are a lot of people who post moving back to, you know, different islands, just like I did.
TikTok's always showing little
exactly,
things
TikTok as well.
Yeah.
There's so much information out there right now, so there's no excuse for you not to do your due diligence. So I would definitely say number 1 is doing your research. Number number two, I would say figuring out how you are going to make money in the country. If you are a digital nomad, you're good to go, to be honest.
Yeah, remote work.
Yeah, remote, you're good. But if you are somebody that wants to maybe, set up and at home something, I would say that's cool. But just make sure that you get like all your products, like get everything that you need for that business. So when you go down to that country, you don't have to spend excessive money because it's going to be expensive having to buy things in the country. So number two is definitely make sure that you have an idea of how you're going to earn an income. Number three, I would say when it comes to renting from anyone, make sure that the environment that you're in is really good, because you don't want to, your peace in the Caribbean, because I mean, that's what you're moving out to the Caribbean for, or moving back home for, is to have peace. So make sure that you're around a neighborhood that is very peaceful. Make sure there's not a lot of drama or any drakes. That's what Grenadians call nitties. Yeah, make sure there's not a lot of nitties around. Also make sure that your landlord, that they like the contract, like it makes
long
sense.
term, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So make sure you read the contract properly. That's number three. Number four, I would say don't rush to join any friend groups or like big communities. Yeah, definitely take your time, because they're gonna view you as new meat, and people back home are very opportunist. So like, I mean, I understand. But definitely take your time when you're getting to know people back home, because they're going to want a slice of you. So take your time getting to know people, vet people. Don't just like rush into being in big groups or try to like reach up the ladder, because a lot of people have been working up to reach like the high society in that country, or whatever the case may be. So take your time and like network around your area. And then the last thing I would say take your time. Take your time integrating into that country, whether it's,
practice your patience.
Yeah, practice your patience. Even like learning transportation, learning your neighborhood, learning like where you're around, maybe finding out like, your routine. I think finding your routine in a new country is important for you, because you can feel very lost when you just move down to a country. So like maybe, in the mornings you go to the beach, and then in the afternoon, like, you you start like, let's say you have like a salon at home like me. In the mornings you can go to the beach, and then in the afternoon, let's say from like 12, you start setting up your place, and then you start taking bookings from like 1 till like, I don't know, like 5. Clean up, you can maybe go for a walk. So I think having a routine is going to make you stable, make you grounded, and overall just kind of like get you situated in your new life. So I think those are my 5 important tips.
One more thing. Sell Grenada to the world in 30 seconds.
Oh my God. Okay, Grenada is honestly paradise. Like, everybody always says this, but I feel like they're not chatting shit. Grenada is genuinely paradise. There's something special about Grenada in terms of actually where it is on the earth. There's something spiritual about it. The people are very lovely. Just as I said, be very cautious about who you tell your business to, who you surround yourself with. But other than that, the people are very lovely. The culture, Grenada has such a very rich culture. We have chocolate, okay? Like when I tell you Grenada makes its own chocolate from its own cocoa, it's very rich, it's very healthy. There's so much healthy places that you can go. You can go to the Sulphur Spring, you can go hiking, there's so many beaches. Grenada has so many beaches, waterfalls. Grenada has about 40 waterfalls, and they're still being discovered. There's still so much to be discovered.
What's the cultural times of the year?
The cultural times of the year. So January, February, March. Well, January is slow. February is Independence. February 7th is Independence Day. It's a great time to be in Grenada during Independence time. Then you have the Chocolate Festival. When is Chocolate Festival? I can't remember. It's July. July is Chocolate Festival. Amazing time to be in Grenada. And then August is Carnival, of course. So Carnival is from, so they have like many different events leading up from since June. There's events in Carnival. So like Soca Monarch, there's different like cruises, any given Sunday starts in March and it goes all the way to August. So it's every Sunday up until August. Such a great party. And then you have just like so many different events like intertwining just before Carnival starts. And then obviously the big event, Carnival. Then you have Monday is Carnival Monday, which is Juve in the morning. And then you have, like your Monday wear with the band. So that's like where you wear like a leotard or like the little like swim thing. And then Monday night mass is where everybody has their lights up and stuff like that. And it's just a vibe. And then you have Tuesday, which is pretty mass. Everybody comes out looking good, wearing their nice little feathers, their backpacks, whatever the case may be. And then, and then that's it. So Grenada is a must visit. Like Grenada is the talk of the century right now. So
right now, yeah.
2026 next year is going to be bigger and better. Make sure you're in Grenada.
You're gonna see us there.
You're gonna be there. So make sure
Jump,
you say hi to us.
If you can recognize me, in my molasses.
Okay, so how am I also forgetting Grenadians? I know the Grenadians were going to come for me if I forgot to say this. Grenada is also a tri-island state. So that means that Grenada has 2 other sister islands. So you can come to Grenada, but you can also go to Carriacou and you can also go to Petit Martini. Yes.
So it's like Dominica's got Martinique and Guadeloupe.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So Carriacou is on boat. Oh, you haven't Okay.
Yeah.
So it's Carriacou on the boat. It's like it takes like an hour on boat to get to Carriacou, and then when you get to Carriacou, the sun in Carriacou, it hardly rains in Carriacou. So it's a lot of the times it's just sunshine. But Carriacou is a lot more tranquil. It's a lot more smaller, and that's where a lot more people go for, retreat or just to retire. So obviously, because it's not on the mainland, so you will have a lot more older folks over there. And then Petit Martini is the smallest, and Petit Martini is for like fishermen. So there's a lot of fishermen, fishing vision. Yes. But yeah, like I actually went there for my 22nd birthday. So I hopped from Carriacou to Petit Martini and then St. Vincent. And that was, I enjoyed myself there. So yeah, so Grenada has a lot to offer. Don't be like mistaken just because they're small. It has a lot of punch. It has a lot of punch.
That's where you're getting it from. But thank you so much for coming down. I'm so happy to meet you in person. Guys, you've got to see most of us. More of us. We're going to be collaborating. We're going to be doing so much more stuff. So see you soon. And thank you for staying. Season 2.